they've been conserved since the time of lobsters, right? There weren't trees around when lobsters first manifested themselves on the planet.
Like we always do about this time.
Where you going? Nowhere.
Greg Kelly is by far the craziest man on the internet. All right, let's just rock and roll. Let's just rock and roll, people. I am dying. Greg Kelly is the craziest man on the internet, for sure. Anybody that was just watching Hal, we might have to replay that on the show. I might have to have Hal on the show just to discuss that one segment. Oh, that was beautiful. How's everybody doing? How's your day going? Appreciate you being here. It is Wednesday. It is April 23rd, 2025. We still have a buffoon as a president. We still have an alcoholic, Muslim-hating woman abuser as Secretary of Defense. And, you know, things are not getting any better. They're just not getting any better. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Hey, from hell, what's happening? I was just talking about Greg Kelly being the craziest man or the dumbest man or the stupidest man or all three on the internet. What is going on? Oh, man. I was going to say, I just said I might have to have Hal on the show just to discuss that one segment. But I appreciate you guys. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you. We're on our way to 15,000. Actually, let's get to 13. Let's not even get ahead of our skis. Let's get to 13, then we'll get to 14, then we'll get to 15. How about we do that? I really appreciate you guys. It is a Whiskey Wednesday here at Blunt Politics, so I hope you brought your whiskey. Unfortunately, I got none. Pete Hegseth drank mine. It's all gone. But yeah, welcome where the whiskey is cold and the classified documents are flying freely. So click yourself into the group chat. That's all right. That's all right. No worries. Oh, no, Des, let's go. Let's go. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Let's go. I'll still happen. No worries. No worries. Let him rip. Let him rip. It's all good. It's all good. There's enough room for all of us here. Yeah, no worries. Sweet tea, whatever you got, whatever you may have. Coffee, drink it if you got it. Smoke it if you got it. We're here for some fun, for some politics, to rip on some Republicans, to dunk on some douchebags. You know, the normal, the usual routine. The usual routine. But let me bring in the fine people of the chat again, and let me say hi to everybody. WW, what's going on? How are you? Hi, Allie. What's up, maybe tomorrow? How are you? Hi, Julie. What's up, Goat? The Goat. Hi, Roxanne. How's everything? Noah, Des, Wayne, Chucky, Martini. What's up, dude? Locata, how are you? Terry, Linda Lou, Greg, what's up, my dude? How's everybody feeling? Butterflies are free. Let's go. Nor Des as usual. Nor Laurie, how are you? Atrocious Tamra, let's go. Everybody's in the house here. All right, so watching both right now, listening to that's tough. That's tough. That's got to be tough. No worries. No worries. I'm sure at some point he'll be over here. Slava Ukraine. I appreciate it. Heroyam Slava. How's everybody doing? All right. Should we get into what we're going to talk about tonight at least? So we're going to be taking a look at several different podcasts and right-wing commentators do their best to dance around this whole Pete Hegseth Pentagon disaster. We'll be taking a look at Matt Walsh. There's this one podcast. I'd never even heard of it in my life, but the beginning of it was pretty hilarious the way they started off. So I think we might take a look at it. Pete Hegseth spoke today. We'll be taking a look at his speech if we have time. We'll be taking a look at Pete Hegseth putting in a makeup room at the Pentagon. There's something I bet you didn't have on your bingo card. Republicans are really mad behind the scenes. There's an article out talking about how Republicans are seething behind the scenes, but trying to do their best to, again, like I said, dance around the subject and, in some way defend Pete Hegseth in this. There's an article there or a video that kind of explains the the chain of events that led to Pete Hegseth getting the information and how he let the information out. I feel like that's something that we should look at just so everybody knows, exactly how the information flowed. Because it can get a little confusing. We have a video of Newsmax's Carl Higbie coming for Ayanna Pressley, which I will not fucking stand for. Will not stand for, because Ayanna Pressley went down to, I believe, Louisiana to check on sorry, I'm blanking on her name, but the woman that was taken off the streets of Boston by the ICE agents for something that she wrote 10 years ago. So similar situation to the Senator Van Hollen going down to El Salvador. So Carl Higbie tries to come for her, and again, ain't gonna happen. Then we'll be talking about how the student loan repayments by the Department of Education are going to resume. Not only that, but they will also have the ability to garnish your wages, as far as I've read on this. So yeah. Those that didn't like Biden for one reason or the other can at least say, "Oh, what's up, guys? What's happening, Sparklers? Sorry, my bad. I was looking at all the stuff we were covering tonight. I didn't mean to miss you. Didn't mean to miss you. Hi, Karen. How are you? How's everything? Yeah. Why am I blanking on her name? I feel like I have it, but I don't want to say it wrong. Rumesa Ozturk. Thank you, Rachel. Rachel, you seem to know everybody and know everything. You should get a camera and a microphone." Hal sent me. Thank you so much, Kirby. I appreciate you guys. And thank you, Hal. I came in laughing at the most ridiculous newscaster in internet history, Greg Kelly, talking about Count Chocula. I mean, what a segment that was. I mean, how stupid was his little friggin' thing about the about the the security, the officer at the Trump shooting there, where he just happened to stop the clip where it looked like he was pointing the gun on the side of the car, clearly covering the right side of the car because everybody was on the left side of the car. And now he's trying to, like, doesn't he know that people watch this? Like, that guy got text messages immediately. As soon as that show went out, as soon as Greg Kelly put that out there, this guy's getting text. Hey, dude, Newsmax is trying to say that you were pointing guns at the president of the United States. Does he not know how much shit he just put that guy in? You know what I mean? Does he? Yeah, the gummy bear. Fucking gummy bear. Jesus. Oh, my God. That is fucking awesome. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. I really do. I really, really do. Hi, Twitch, by the way. Hi, Instagram. Hi, Facebook. Hit the like button. Thank you for coming in. No, I didn't miss the kid. I was there for the gummy bear. I was there for the gummy bear. What an absolute tit Greg Kelly is. That was one of the better things. And the best part about the whole thing, it was, and I guess he got to it at the end, but it was labeled really, I really don't like Sparklerade. You know what's funny is that I could do a good RFK until I get, like, I sit down in the seat and I get on camera, and then it gets really, really hard to do for some reason. It gets really, really hard. What's up, Robert? How are you guys? Hi, Crystal. Hey, Gabriel. What's up, Nicholas? Appreciate you guys. All right, so now that people are starting to flow in, Hal sends his regards. I really do appreciate it. Right back at him. Motang, let's go. It is, in case you missed it, it is Whiskey Wednesday here at Blunt Politics. I hope you brought your own whiskey or whatever you may drink. Unfortunately, as I was telling the chat earlier, Pete KEGSETH has drank all my whiskey. It's all gone. He you know why? Because as we know, Pete Hegseth is
He's the town drunk.
He is. The guy is just
This guy's
really
been drunk all day.
Yep. You never know. You never know when Pete Hegseth's going to strike. I actually think I have a recording of Pete Hegseth actually leaving me a voicemail right here.
Brian, yeah, you're drunk. You're drunk.
Oh, let's go. Water only, coffee in the morning. No worries, Sarah. Drink it up. Well, don't drink too fast. You'll be up all night peeing. You don't want to do that. Damn, I'm all out too. Yeah, dude, I swear to God, They called him that on Fox. They called him fucking KEGSETH. And Brian Kilmeade. I know it's been shown all over the place, so I'm not gonna bore you again with it. But actually, we might have to take a look at a little bit of that interview. But when he started to call him the former Secretary of Defense, and then got so rattled that he corrected it with calling him the Secretary of State. Oh man, I was dying. Talk about a Freudian slip on that one, right? Oh, it was so good. It was so good. All right. What should we get into first, guys? I appreciate you being here. Make sure you hit the like button. Like I said, we're trying to get to 13K, baby. We're on a roll. Let's take a look at it's so hard for me to decide which order I should show these things in, because to me they're all hilarious. All right, now we're gonna have to fight through 2 commercials because it's friggin' Rumble, and because, as you know, I refuse to put any money into Rumble for a subscription. I just stop it. Don't even ask me to. It's not going to happen. So we're going to fight through like 7 seconds of commercials. Is that okay? Is that something we can handle here? Right? Right. Fuck Rumble. Right. But unfortunately, as a content creator, I have to search for content, and that's one of the platforms that these people put stuff out on. So I do say fuck Rumble, but unfortunately, I have to consume it at the same time. So fuck this stuff I'm consuming. Oh, dude. Thank you, B. Appreciate you, dude. Appreciate you. Let's go. It's on you guys. I don't know why you're telling me great work. I'm just messing up stuff. Half the time I'm muted, right? I'm switching back and forth. I don't know what's going on. Everybody's, but again, that seems to be the most entertaining part of the show. Jimmy Dore goes to Rumble. I don't follow. Yeah, no. I'm like I said, I don't like subscribe or pay money, which is hence why the commercials are a thing. So, let me see if we can bring this up. I want to see how these right wingers are dancing around this, right? I want to see how they're doing the nice little salsa around the Pete Hegseth thing. All right. How many times can this guy, and how many people can the guy share classified information with before it's an issue? How many soldiers does he have to put in danger before this is actually an issue? Which it is, because there's already been reporting that I've heard of where Donald Trump is looking for a replacement behind the scenes, but obviously in front of the cameras, defending Pete Hegseth. Excuse me. But as I told you, we'll also take a look at, I believe it's a Politico article that talks about how behind the scenes, all these Republicans are not very happy with the situation. And how could you be, right? And how could you be? How could you be? Oop, hold on. Somebody's thanking Def. Let me get out of here. Let me see what your browser has blocked your screen. Why is it blocking my screen? I haven't done anything wrong. Let's see here. Hey, moms, how are you? Right back at you. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any contributions before we get into things. I saw DeSantis. What? What's that say? Whiskey Leaks. I like it. Yeah, Whiskey Wednesdays here at Blunt Politics. All right, let me share the screen for you guys. We'll get into this video here. These people I've never heard of before. It's apparently called the Rift Report. All right, let me bring this to you right here live in color. Sorry, moms. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. This is, again, the Rift Report. It's called Chaos in Trump Administration, right? They also talk about the Tesla profits crash, right? Hegseth in trouble. It didn't strike me as a right-wing podcast headline on Rumble, right? Does that make sense? Like when I saw this, I was like, maybe it's a lefty, right? Maybe it's a, somebody on the left side of things trying to make it in Rumble. And I saw that they actually had somewhat of a following at almost 60K followers here, right? So I was like, all right, well, maybe there's a lefty that has made it onto Rumble. So let's take a look, and we'll see how lefty they are. Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate you. Slava Ukraine, Heroyam Slava, right back at you. Привет. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, I don't have a nut warning. I'm sorry. I don't have a nut warning. But again, they choose this picture because they think it looks, I don't know. I think he looks like he looks like when Dorian puts on the mask in The Mask, right? The bad guy character in The Mask. Like I feel like that's what he looks like when he fucking, it's all like big and square and puffy and all like the eyebrows are accentuated and stuff like that. I feel like that's what he looks like. Hey, Steven. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you being here 7 months. No, I appreciate you, dude. I appreciate you, dude. Yeah, if we have time, I do want to take a look at Tim Pool in the White House too, trying to stumble over his questions after the guy that's probably wearing a beanie bought with Russian rubles from Tenet Media is now asking the press secretary of the White House questions at the White House. So go figure, folks. That just kind of, if that doesn't give you a hint of the times we're in, I do not know what will. All right. I do not know what will. We'll also take a look at the a little bit of craziness that I saw at the Trump signing today. Again, I'm trying to fit it all in, folks. I'm trying to fit it all in, folks. I've already taken 16 minutes. We haven't done shit, but I'm just kidding. All right, hit that like button. Let's get into it. Let's make it full screen so you can see it. And away we go. And again, like I said, we're gonna have to fight through 2 commercials. Bear with me, please, and thank you. Let's see what we got. Unlimited access. Well, at least they muted it, right? At least we don't have to listen to anything. Oh, skip ad already. Let's go. Another one? It's the same thing? Well, that's a waste. That's a waste. All right. And away we go. What? 3 of them? And no, we're not waiting at all. Not even a little bit. Not even close.
If you don't do what Israel wants in this country, then you're not going to really have a place in the Trump administration. And that makes me...
All right, hold on. I just want to catch it right at the beginning. There's a little bit at the beginning I want to play, and then I got a point. Fuck off.
Back, as they always have. RiffTV.com reports that Musk's defiant exit, he scales back the Doge as leftist mob destroys Tesla. Listen to this. Under pressure from 47 lawsuits and slumping sales, Musk shifts focus away from government reform to
leftist mob. Hold on. That is hilarious. Elon, he thinks the leftist mob is doing it. It's not his Sig Heils. No. It's not the pillaging and plundering the treasury with his big balls Magruder character, right? None of that. It's not the hat with the Nazi print on it. Let's see here. It's not the whole growing up and, coming from that whole emerald mine in South Africa during, like apartheid. So anyway, I mean, it's none of that stuff, really. It's probably definitely just crazy lefties doing it for no reason.
Tesla, it looks like there might be a little bit trouble in paradise as these attacks are actually working, which is kind of the most insane thing. Plus, on top of that, it looks like Pete Hegseth is possibly being...
So as you can tell, it didn't take me long, right, to figure out that, okay, this guy's absolutely not a lefty. He's definitely maybe a psychopath, probably. But again, in this, he gives a lot of credit to the Democrats, to the left, right? He says we are winning. The rhetoric that you hear from the beginning of this is almost what you hear. It's weird to hear because it's similar to what you hear from our side. Like, oh, the Republicans have it together. The Republicans have their messaging down. The Republicans know how to fight. They don't care about the rules. They do this, right? Which is exactly what this kid says about the Democrats. So it's like one of us isn't living in reality, right? We can't both be saying the same thing on opposite sides, right? It doesn't make any sense. So one of us is not really living in reality. But again, I do think he's correct in the fact that we are winning right now as far as momentum, right? I think the fact that Elon Musk is being pushed out, that Tesla's profits are down tremendously. I think that has everything to do with us. And that just goes to show the power that the people have. If we band together, if so many people on this goddamn planet are thinking and doing the same thing, it's amazing what we can accomplish, right? No business too big. There is no business too big that the people here could not topple if we so choose, right?
Pushed out of the Trump administration because he doesn't want to bomb Iran. If you don't do what Israel wants in this country, then you're not going to really have a place in the Trump administration. And that makes me a little bit scared because if they don't even value their own people, what do they think about us? On top of that, it also turns out that Jordan Peterson continues his meltdown, going on Fox News and explaining the inevitable, just like he's told us all that if we didn't get vaccinated for COVID, that we were crazy. Now he's telling us if we want to return our country back to our countrymen, we're psychopaths and parasites. We're covering all these stories and so much more here on another episode of the Riff Report every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Let's start the show.
Now let's go to
That's like some Mario sounds there or something. I never even noticed that. I'm joined in the studio by my producer today, Michael Hennessy of Snowflake_News. Welcome back.
Did anybody catch that? Did anybody catch that? Snowflake_News. This is when I was like, oh, they are psychopaths. Okay, I gotcha. All right, here we go. Buckle up. Buckle up. All right. Throw a couple fucking more ice cubes in that whiskey. All right. Maybe get a koozie for that friggin' beer. All right. Top off your coffee. Sip on your tea because these guys are nuts. Here we go. Here we go.
Back to the show. Are you surprised by any means that this stuff's going on?
No, not surprised, unfortunately. I mean, I was hoping for a big change from what we had before, which we've had some changes as far as the border and everything there. But still a lot of stuff I believe we need to be working on. So I know.
See, not happy with what's going on in the Trump administration so far. Doesn't seem like he's celebratory as far as what's going on in the Trump administration. Seems like he has a couple bones to pick, a couple axes to grind here. Play.
No, we got a lot to talk about today and unpack.
Yeah, exactly. And we do have a lot to unpack today, including what's going on. All right, let's jump right into this. So it's kind of crazy how the left always gets away with this. I always tell people, think about how seriously we're losing, okay? You might think we're winning because Trump's in office. That's part of the illusion that they want you to think about the parties coming back and forth, your parties in, their parties out. We got to look at results, okay? And meanwhile, our party, we have Jordan Peterson, our talking heads, Konstantin Kisin.
So he's talking about
Lindsay is one of our talking heads, but
he's talking about the Democrats winning at the moment, right now. He's talking about the Trump administration losing, not getting enough done, not doing what he said he was going to do, right? So I know they may be little cracks as far as in the Republicans, but again, with the report that we've heard that the Republicans are seething behind the scenes. With stuff like this that just happens to pop up, who knows how many shows and podcasts are like this on Rumble, right? You have no idea. I just stumbled upon this one, right? There's probably about 1 billion others you could stumble upon. Who knows how many people are saying the same thing?
Our people, Ben Shapiro, talking about we need to set up barriers, right? We need to set up boundaries so that all the psychopaths and parasites in our midst cannot have a voice on our podcast. They're trying to fight podcasters to prevent them in the right wing from having a voice on right-wing podcasts. The left is destroying
I don't know why it stops like that, but it does stop for a second. Okay, you can continue now. Christ, now I'll go to this pot. 3906, if I can get it right. And if it plays, it would be great. Here we go.
No way to heal or solve anything. Really? We're going to debate our way out of this, Mr. Peterson? That's what we're going to do? They literally had a casting call for a congresswoman, found a bartender with nice tits, and then made her a socialist, and then now have her as one of the leading voices in our American Congress.
Sounds like a definitely not a misogynistic way to talk about AOC, right? I'm sure there's just no misogyny laid on thick on that one, right? Like you could cut that misogyny with a butter knife. Jesus Christ. And the part that I'm trying to catch is his defense or explanation or his coverage of what's going on with Pete Hegseth, which I believe is coming up right after this misogynistic rant.
Congress. I'm talking, of course, about Rudy Giuliani. No, I'm kidding. He has nice tits too, but no, it's not AOC. So, no, but I mean, like, like these people are freaking smart. And I'm tired of people being like, dude, the left are so dumb. No. Their constituents are dumb and they keep them dumb on purpose. That's why they're smart.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of Republicans thinking they're smart when in fact we're the ones getting played.
Yeah. No, it's definitely that way. I mean, AOC is a perfect example. And there's
what is going on? 3906. They talk about Hegseth. Let's see here. They actually pull up an article. So let's see if I can. Grandson, former President John Kennedy. Is it after this one? How is this even possible? Is it right here somewhere? Where do you talk about it, my friend? Oh, here you go. Here you go. Ready? Right after this coffee ad. Yep. Right after this coffee ad. See if I can get the end of this. 1, 2, 3, go.
Yeah,
Have
absolutely.
delicious coffee, because when you drink this black, baby, you'll never go back.
Okay. All righty. So misogyny, little little hints of racism. What else you got for me there, Chief?
Go to 1775coffee.com
Don't do that.
/Rift, promo code Rift. Get 10% off. You got to check out everything they have there. Make sure you check it out. All right. Getting back to the show. Pete Hegseth.
Pete Hegseth. All righty. Thank goodness. Can we finally get to a news story without you being a misogynistic prick? All right. Just come on. Lay it on me. How are you getting out of this one? How are we twisting this one? Okay. Not only did he have one Signal chat where he definitely invited a journalist into the Signal chat, then leaked, reported, put in, classified 1,000 fucking million% classified information as far as takeoff times, landing times, bombing times, types of military weapons that we were using, stuff like that. The stuff that you typically don't want the enemy to know. Would be great if they didn't know. That'd be fantastic if our Secretary of Defense wasn't, possibly alerting the enemy, hours or even, minutes before the strike happens. Who would have thought? Anyway, but all right, let's see how they fucking river dance their way around this one, guys.
Got this going on. We do a little juxtaposition. It's called we doing a little juxtaposition. Juxtaposition is a noun, the act of placing two or more things side by side, often to compare or contrast them, or indeed to suggest they might be connected with each other casually somehow. When Cornelius Tacitus chose to describe Nero playing his harp, not a fiddle, in his gardens while Rome burned.
Wait a minute. What is going on here? Didn't he literally just said Pete Hegseth, and now we're talking about InfoWars and the definition of juxtaposition? What is Cornelius? What does Cornelius have to do with anything? What are we doing here?
The greatest historian was obviously.
This is how they're going to tap dance around this?
Implying Nero was more than just an observer of the conflagration. After all, what kind of ruler plays a musical instrument?
Conflagration? Is that even a fucking word? Oh. Conflagration. Holy shit. Holy shit. All right, so we're clearly not dealing with a high IQ individual on this one. I mean, I mess up words too, but I don't know about that one.
And sings about the destruction of ancient Troy, while his own capital city, the most magnificent in the known world.
Listen, don't even you utter the words Troy, which one of my favorite movies of all time. Do not ruin that for me. We will have problems.
Is burning to ashes around him. It would be like, oh, I don't know, being California state governor and setting up a website to prove you weren't responsible for cutting.
Guys, I'm confused. I really am. I truly thought he just said like Pete Hegseth, right? Am I crazy? Didn't he just say something about Pete Hegseth? Let's get out of this and go to where he gets out. Okay, Pete Hegseth.
My point is that look, the left is like taking people down one by one, right? They take their own people down. They took their own Biden down. They will
They took their own Biden down. What?
Sacrifice anyone and everything to get what they want. This is the uniparty, right? This is the neocons are a part of the Democratic Party now.
Mm-hmm.
They were willing to sacrifice our own people on September 11th to get their war that they wanted.
What are you talking about right now? We're talking about Pete Hegseth leaking classified information to his wife, his brother, his lawyer, the fucking milkman, the guy that delivered him his pizza, the fucking dude he buys his vodka from, right? The Russians, the Chinese, right? The North Koreans, whoever's hacked into his cell phone. Good Lord, what are you talking about? Nero and fucking Cornelius. Juxtaposition. What?
Their endless war on terrorism so they could get the Patriot Act put into place, right? So we can have the police state we have now. And you think that, we're over here worried about what Nick Fuentes is saying?
What am I missing? What am I missing? How did we get to Nick? How did we just get to Nick Fuentes? What?
About Jews or something? Like, give me a break, Yep. They go, well, you're extreme. You're talking about these extreme, nationalist ideas, this extreme fascism. Look, I don't care whatever you want to call it. I'm not calling for extremism in response to the sake of I want to.
All right. I don't have time for this unless you're going to talk about Pete Hegseth. What is the deal, huh? That is wild. What's this? Does this talk about Pete Hegseth? Mark Levin is right, allowing a terror. No, that's not Pete Hegseth. Meet the Pope. Nope, that's not Pete Hegseth. Guys, I swear on my life, he just said he was talking about Pete Hegseth. Is this it? Nope, that's freaking Nancy Mace. Wow. I think these guys are all right. So, what a waste that was. It said It said Pete Hegseth in the title, right? I'm not dreaming that one. I showed you guys that. Let me go back to dude. I'm pretty sure he said Pete Hegseth. I have to know now. I'm sorry. I would just want to know how I just wasted time. Ready? Let's see.
Yeah,
Have
absolutely.
delicious coffee, because when you drink this black, baby, you'll never go back. Go to 1775coffee.com/rift, promo code rift, get 10% off. You got to check out everything they have there. Make sure you check it out. All right, getting back to the show. Pete Hegseth, got this going on. We do a little juxtaposition. It's called We Doing a Little Juxt.
That's it. That was their coverage of it. That was their complete coverage of the Pete Hegseth situation. Pete Hegseth, he's got this stuff going on. All right, guys, juxtaposition. If you want to know the definition of that, thank God InfoWars has that for us right here. What? All right. Sorry, I didn't see. I didn't see that coming. I thought there was going to be at least a few words spoken on the situation. Good Lord. All right, let's go to this mushmouth douche. Let's see what he's got to say. Jesus, what is going on? Right wing Republicans are just. How are they all so incompetent? Right? How can you all be so mindless and incompetent? And I'm sorry. Maybe that's mean, but fuck you. I'm sorry for getting us in this position in the first place. A big fuck you. All right, let's take a look at what Matt Walsh has to say. It says in the friggin' title, the coordinated hit job on Pete Hegseth must be exposed and defeated. I'm assuming there's going to be some words spoken on the situation. I could be wrong. You never know with these guys. Again, 2 commercials. You know the rules. Whoa, dude. Whoa.
Healthcare should be simple.
Holy
not a
crap. Am
constant
I going to
battle
get
with
flagged
red
for
tape
nudity on
restrictions
that
and
one?
shortages, right? You should have
Shut
to jump
up.
through hoops to get them.
Tonight, Matt Walsh Show, the
Shut up.
coordinated smear campaign against Pete Hegseth continues and only proves why he's the right man for the job. Also, Pope Francis dies. Will a conservative pope be elected in his place? Well, there are a few problems with just the question itself. We'll talk about it. And Canadian...
Listen, if that is the only word spoken about this whole Pete Hegseth thing again, I'm going to lose my goddamn mind. Why put it in the title if you're not going to speak about it?
Nationalism is on the rise, we're told, but how can nationalism exist in a country steeped in self-loathing and shame for its own existence? Talk about all that and more today on the Matt Walsh Show.
Sounds happy. Sounds really happy. Shut up. Shut up. Here we go.
Frankly, I just don't want to do all that. But with Balance of Nature, fruits and veggies, there's
Oh
never
my
been a more
God.
convenient dietary
Stop
supplement.
selling me stuff. Here we go.
2 agents to the White House to interrogate Trump's national security advisor, Michael Flynn. It wasn't billed as an interrogation at the time. They convinced Flynn that it was just an opportunity for a friendly chat. But in retrospect, their goal could not have been any more clear. They wanted to manufacture a pretext to secure Flynn's termination.
No. The FBI wanted to be like, hey, Michael Flynn, what the fuck you doing talking to the Russians before Trump even gets inaugurated, trying to swindle your way into deals and stuff here? We actually have the recording. We're going to actually repeat and recite the exact words that you said back in the questions that we ask, basically to let you know that we have you on tape. And then what he did is he went ahead and he lied to those FBI agents straight to their goddamn faces. So no, they didn't go in there with the pretext. They went in there with the fucking recording of Michael Flynn talking to the Russians. That's what they had. That's the information that they had, right? Right. They even say like we even verbatim spoke back his own words so that he would know that we had his ass pinned like the fucking tail on the donkey game, right? But no, he didn't. He was still too dumb to understand that he was caught, and he, again, like I said, lied, and that's when they advised he get to stepping, as they say. But keep as I mean, again, if people didn't know the story, you know, if you weren't like politically involved and know all about that, you'd probably believe this bullshit. All right, or you'd be more apt to believe this bullshit. Not you guys in the chat, obviously. The fucking lobsters and the Bryantologists, you guys are fucking fantastic. So fantastic that you know, Jordan Peterson was talking about you guys. Remember?
I mean, they've been conserved since the time of lobsters, right? There weren't trees around when lobsters first manifested themselves on the planet.
I did it again. But Jordan Peterson is right. There was no trees when you guys were manifested on this planet. So I appreciate you guys. Make sure you hit the like button. And again, the more you know, right? The knowledge is power. Again, so the fact that I could be able to call his ass out on that makes him look like an absolute moron, because the facts are the facts. And if you go ahead and look up the case, the facts will match what I said and not what this douchebag said. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Let's go there, you bearded. This guy thinks because he's wearing a flannel and has fucking Al Borland's beard on that it makes him some rough and tumble tough guy, right? That I'm just going to leave it at that.
And getting rid of Flynn would enable the FBI to continue to conduct a series of fraudulent investigations into the Trump administration. It would insulate the Bureau from any.
All right, is this going to tie into Pete Hegseth at all, or is this just all a big mind game from Republicans to be like, oh, look at the video, says Hegseth, right? Is this just something they can point back to when everybody's like, well, nobody ever covered what the signal leaks, right? And it's like, oh, no, look back. I got a ton of videos that say Hegseth. It's like, yeah, you didn't fucking even say a word about it in the video, though. What are you talking about?
Kind of large-scale reform, and it would help the FBI spread the narrative that the Trump administration was secretly working for Russia in some way. Therefore, the FBI...
I mean, debatable to working for, manipulated by, had associations with, several of Trump's inner circle and cabinet members were indicted and convicted in the Mueller investigation. Several companies got tied up in that investigation. So, definitely not a hoax. Definitely not, this Russia bullshit, because you can say Russia as many times as you want, but that doesn't take away from the fact that, we know all of these things, Matthew. Come on, buddy.
FBI asked Flynn a few questions in the White House.
Does this have anything to do with Pete Hegseth? Good grief.
It was, in fact, standard operating procedure. It is the default response of a bureaucracy that feels threatened. They will come up with a smear campaign, launder it through sympathetic media outlets.
Oh, that was a 3-minute pampering, like a 3-minute pillow fight, a makeup. Well, speaking of makeup and Pete Hegseth, we'll get to that. But this was him trying to put the most lipstick on this pig as he possibly can before he gets into it, I guess.
And ultimately pressure the decision makers to get rid of their target. 8 years ago, this is precisely how they got rid of Michael Flynn. And right now, it's how they're trying to destroy Donald Trump's defense secretary, Pete Hegseth.
I'm sorry, did they happen to release this information over a couple group chats? Who's they? Because I'm pretty sure they in this situation happens to be Pete Hegseth, right? The media didn't start this, right? The left didn't start this. The Democrats didn't start this. You're a moronic B-team, Fox News, alcoholic, woman abuser, Muslim-hating piece of shit that couldn't make the fucking weekday couch on Fox that just happens to be Secretary of Defense is an absolute incompetent moron, and this is exactly what you get. We didn't start this. That fucking asshole did. Right? It's not fucking very difficult to be like, that information in the wrong hands could be fucking terrible, right? Probably not something you want out there. You received it via secure means. Why would you then send out that information via unsecure means? I mean, you'd have to be either drunk, just fucking off your rocker drunk, right? Like, you know, I mean, I guess
Brian,
we can't take.
yeah, you're drunk. You're drunk.
All right, Pete, take it easy. Take it easy. Is that what you sounded like when you were making these decisions? Because we know, as we said before, Pete Hegseth is
He's the town drunk.
The guy does nothing but sit there and drink. The man
This
is
guy's been
just,
drunk all day.
he is just every single goddamn day. Who knows what state he's in when he's looking at these war plans, and who's he sending them out to? He doesn't know. He's just hitting buttons, right? He's only been there a couple of months.
Now, from the moment that Hegseth was nominated, there was a concerted effort, as you probably recall, to smear him as an alcoholic who was too inexperienced to do the job. It was almost like the Brett Kavanaugh hearings all over again. Anonymous accusations began surfacing every other day. We were even told, if you could believe it, that Pete Hegseth once celebrated.
Why is he bringing other alcoholic douchebags into this? Is he just trying to like group all the alcoholic douchebags into one pile and hopefully like Pete Hegseth will just blend in somewhere and just, you know, just kind of, you know, blend, like float away, right? He'll just dissolve into the group of fucking asshole alcoholics. Like, why are you bringing other people into this? Like, why is fucking oh man, like dude's catching strays here, bro. No involvement whatsoever, and fucking bro is catching strays.
St. Patrick's Day live on the air on Fox and Friends. That was supposed to be profoundly scandalous for some reason. In reality, the point of that fake scandal was never to convince anyone of anything. Instead, the point was to send a message to the incoming Trump administration. And the message...
No. We were trying to figure out what the fuck boofing meant. Right? And why would we have a Supreme Court judge that has sexual assault allegations and has been known to, you know, a blackout drunk? I don't know. Just not really the behavior you'd see that would be becoming of a Supreme Court justice, really. But, you know, what are you going to do? But again, Kavanaugh is catching strays there, dude. I hope Kavanaugh's got his vest on, bro. What the fuck, Matty?
Was that the most powerful forces in Washington did not want Pete Hegseth to be confirmed. They wanted Donald Trump to pull his nomination and select someone more conventional.
Did somebody say I need to know what boofing is? I so never needed to know what boofing is. I'm kind of confused by that. Does that mean you? That's like, is that like a double positive? I so never needed to know what boofing is. It sounds like you want to know what it is, but you already know what it is, and somebody already told you. Like, there's so many things that could come out of that. But yeah, it's basically it's a butt chug. It's a butt chug, right? It's the same thing. Remember Kavanaugh had it on his calendar? Oh man, yeah. I'm sorry. I just love that Kavanaugh is catching strays in this situation, right? Like he thinks his story went away, nobody's talking about it, and there he is, fucking lumberjack Josephine over here, just fucking shooting strays his way. There we go.
Someone who would be more responsive to the needs of defense contractors, for example. But Trump didn't abandon Hegseth's nomination. He decided after what happened in the first term to trust his own instincts and to stand by his selection. And the result has been predictable. Just a few months into Donald Trump's term, Hegseth's...
Yeah, fucking disastrous. Disastrous. Complete, like, like beyond chaos at the Pentagon at this point, right? The guy's got more fucking kids at this point than he has people on his team. Right? Pete Hegseth has more kids than is fucking detailed on his team right now at the Pentagon. People don't know what's going on.
Enemies have begun yet another smear campaign. And like the campaign to oust Michael Flynn, it's not meant to withstand any kind of scrutiny. The point is to move quickly, create panic, and ultimately pressure the White House to fire Hegseth. It's not exactly a subtle operation. Yesterday morning, NPR came out with this story, which directly states the outcome that they want to achieve. Quote, exclusive. The White House is looking to replace Pete Hegseth as defense secretary. And according to NPR,
this is the article I was referring to as far as, behind the scenes. Again, which is, we've seen multiple reports. Let me see if I can pull this up now. Just show you guys this. Republicans see. This is a Politico article. Share this tab instead. I'm sure it'll get attacked by pop-up ads, so bear with me on that one. The Republicans' response to Hegseth controversies: publicly defend, privately seethe. Right? GOP lawmakers worry about bucking the president, but the public show of goodwill could expire. Most Republicans aren't willing to denounce Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth over alleged security lapses and allegations of mismanagement, but privately, some in the GOP are increasingly worried. Quote, "My boss is livid," end quote, said a Republican staffer granted anonymity because they were not allowed to speak publicly. Quote, "He defended Hegseth the first time around to be a team player, but the second time he's not. Because sending classified info to your wife and personal lawyer is something completely different. If any staffer, lawmaker, or agency employee did this, they would be in major legal trouble." And he's absolutely right. With President Donald Trump offering full-throated support for Hegseth, full-throated. Okay, sums it up pretty well. Sorry for the image. Support for Hegseth and dismissing the latest bad headlines as overblown. Many Republicans, at least publicly, have closed ranks around the embattled defense secretary, whose confirmation required party leaders to spend considerable political capital. But the anger just below the surface suggests the goodwill towards Hegseth could expire if the incidents keep piling up, even potentially among some of Hegseth's original backers during his bruising confirmation fight and the fallout from the first leaked signal chat. Since then, the Defense Department has endured a high-level staff purge, a scathing opinion piece from a former senior staffer at Politico, and fresh revelations that Hegseth shared sensitive details of military operations in a signal chat with his wife, brother, and personal lawyer. Let me repeat that. Shared sensitive material of military operations in a signal chat with his wife, brother, and lawyer. For the most part, Republican lawmakers are publicly downplaying the controversy and turning their ire on the media and internal leakers. Quote, "Pete Hegseth is a war fighter, yada, 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 bullshit." Other Republicans, including some members of the Trump-aligned House Freedom Caucus, have expressed concern privately, arguing that the defense secretary's conduct is becoming a distraction from the broader Trump agenda. Still, most frustrated Republicans have not been willing to pull the ripcord by taking their concerns to the White House or putting them on record because they are big fucking pussies. Right now, they are unwanted distractions, and we have much, much bigger things to work on together, end quote, said one Republican congressional aide, also granted anonymity because they were not allowed to speak publicly. As long as we can keep our eye on the prize, these things will fade, right? So their hope is if they just go quiet, if they just come out and attack the media and do their normal friggin' Nazi propaganda rigmarole, of turning everything back around and pointing the finger somewhere else. If they do that long enough, they think it's going to fade into the background. And they may not be wrong, unfortunately. I've said it on the show before. One thing I fear is the short attention span, right, of the American people. The way that the news hits you so fast, you tend to forget something, even if it's a huge story, because so much is coming at you. Right. And our job as content creators, or my job in this case, is to make sure that this stays in the headlines. Right. The same way that I make sure that, the embattled Ukrainian people in their fight against the Russian horde and the dictator Vladimir Putin stays in the headlines. Right. If we don't continue to talk about these things, they fade into the background. And when they fade into the background, right, things get missed, attention slips, support slips. We have to keep these things going. We have to keep these things in the headlines and make sure, like I said last show, that your friends, your family, your coworkers, the people that aren't as politically involved, the people that don't watch this stuff every single day, that are just focused on their daily lives, make sure they understand what is going on, right? Make sure they understand the dangers. Make sure they understand that soldiers' lives are being put at risk because of the incompetence of the leadership at the Pentagon. We're talking about national security here at the same time where they're arming up in Panama. They're talking about war with Iran. We're talking about war with cartels. This is supposed to be the administration of peace, so to speak. And we've heard nothing but fucking war so far. Nothing but talks of war. Marco Rubio, war hawk, right? Tulsi Gabbard might as well be Putin's friggin' right-hand sister, right? So I just wanted to show you that. And there's also another article. I don't know if I have it in here where it talks about Hegseth's like inner circle, the people that support him the most. The support is slipping. Let me see if I can find that actually real quick because that ties in right here. Let's see here. What would I type in there? Support Hegseth. Waning? I don't know. I fucked that one up, but we'll see if we can find it. Let's see. White House was White House still support. Hegseth could implode. Let's see. It's got to be in here somewhere. Trump Stanley Strong's by as Hegseth fights. Watch, I won't be able to find it. Hegseth double down support. That's not it. Hegseth supporters. Let's see, I'll do that one. One more try. If not, it's not a big deal because you guys get the idea that, in front of the cameras, the Republicans are going to come out and attack. They've learned the Roy Cohn method from Donald Trump, right? They know if they can just attack the media as not credible, fake news. If they can just attack the people that have been fired as leakers and people that are needed to be discarded, then again they hope that this is just going to fade. Let's see here, support fades maybe. I don't know. I forget what the title was. Republican circle the way despite private note. Why is Trump standing by? Trump doubles down support, concern, Hegseth final. No, there's an article out there. I believe it's a Politico article as well that talks about how, the people that most support Pete are, kind of starting to lose their grip on their support of him. But I'm not going to waste your time and try to find that all. Let's see if we can get back to this fool. See what.
Of looking for a new leader at the Pentagon to replace Pete Hegseth, according to a U.S. official who was not authorized to speak publicly. This come as...
Oh, and by the way, guys, thank you so much for the people that have contributed. At the end of the show, we always go through all the super chats, super stickers, milestones from the chat. I really, really appreciate it. So if I miss it as it's going by because I'm watching the video, don't get worried, don't fret. I promise every single one will be read at the end of the show because you guys are so fantastic. I want to make sure that you guys get your recognition. But make sure you hit the like button if you haven't yet. Please share the show out. I would very much appreciate it. I am Boston Brian. This is Blunt Politics, and these are Republican assholes trying to cover up for Whiskey Pete. Let's go.
Comes as Hegseth is again mired in controversy over sharing military operational details in a group chat. So here we have an unnamed source, just one person who's described only as a U.S. official, so it could be anyone in any position, stating that the White House is planning to fire Pete Hegseth. And based on this one nameless official who supposedly serves somewhere in the United States government, could literally be anywhere.
It could. It could be anywhere. Would it matter, though, as long as they had the information and the information was correct? I don't care if it was the fucking janitor that may have heard a conversation as the senators or whomever you're speaking about were passing by in the hallway. You think that shit doesn't happen?
Narrative has been set. Pretty much every outlet picked up this story. They're all trying to convey the perception that Hegseth removal is a force.
See how he's like, all right. Let me just come back here for a second and give you the main play. Do you see how he's kind of dodging? Not kind of, but you see how he's completely dodging the actual premise of the... Uh-oh. Don't tell me that. What happened? What'd I do? Nothing's muted. Shouldn't be muted. Nothing's muted. Am I muted? Don't do that to me. Come on. You guys know me. If you say something like that, you never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen. Don't jinx me. All right. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Real Presley. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. All right. All set. But yeah, can you notice how he's not actually bringing up the facts of the case and what the premise of the case is all about, but therefore trying to smear the media and bringing you back to friggin' Michael Flynn and taking you to the fucking West Coast in 96 and let's go back to the East Coast in 24. Remember this story over here? He's trying to take you everywhere. But the facts of the case that Pete Hegseth sent classified information to his wife, his lawyer, and his brother. Not only that, but to a journalist at The Atlantic, right? Through signal chats, and should absolutely be punished for it. He should have resigned that moment. Right? But he's not talking about that, is he? He hasn't brought that up once. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about classified information or a signal chat or his wife being involved in classified material. It's our no, don't worry, Tiff. Don't worry, Tiff. Don't worry about it. I appreciate it. All good. Believe me, I really need you guys to tell me that type of stuff if I am muted. So I'm not worried about false alarms, because I would rather you tell me than not tell me. So I appreciate you, Tiff. Don't worry about it. All good. All right. But like I said, just when you consume in this, and I don't know how much more we'll do because he's boring the shit out of me, to tell you the truth. Yeah, I'm done with him. He's gonna dance around the subject on that one. Let's hear somebody else dance around the subject a little bit more. Let's see here. What else should we talk about? Who else should we look at talking about this? There's a bunch of the people there. There's a bunch of right wingers that are doing exactly this. Like, they're either dancing around this completely and trying to point this in total, point you in different directions so you're not focusing on the main problem, or they're doing what that other podcast did. They'll just put it in the headlines. They'll say the word Hegseth and then just move on from it completely and just not say anything at all. So let me see here. Oh, yeah, this is good to show. Let's take a look at this. Tell me this isn't the epitome of hypocrisy. Let me put this on the stage for you guys. Ready? Can you hear it? Because I can't. All right, hold on. Let me start it over. How do I start it over? Can I start it over? Is that a thing on friggin' Instagram? Apparently not. All right, we'll watch it from here, and then we'll play it again.
Couldn't otherwise be printed to the...
But this is, just to set it up, this is Pete Hegseth, his own words coming from his own mouth in 2016, talking about Hillary Clinton and Hillary Clinton's emails. Now, let's just see if we can, again, cut the hypocrisy with a butter knife on this one, and how much he just lays out in front of us here. Because this is fucking priceless.
Made to print them out of a secure area or from a secure area and then hand them off. Any security professional, military, government, or otherwise, would be fired on the spot for this type of conduct and criminally prosecuted for...
That's funny. That's strange, because it seems like you're saying something different now. Seems like it's almost like you have a totally different attitude towards classified information and its handling. That's funny how time does that to people.
For being so reckless with this kind of information.
Being so reckless with this information, I'd say qualifies. I'd say sending this, times of takeoff, times of bomb deployment, type of military aircraft, type of weapons being used, type of drones being used, given to your wife, your lawyer, and your brother. All three of them, as along with the Atlantic journalist. I'd say that would qualify as mishandling of classified information.
The fact that she wouldn't be held accountable for this, I think, blows the mind of anyone who's held our nation's secrets dear.
Oh, Jesus. Oof. Oh, it's almost like he's begging for himself to be prosecuted, folks. Oh, this is too good. There's always a clip, ladies and gentlemen. There is always a clip. There's always a tweet. There is always a tweet where you can go back and be like, that's funny because you said the complete fucking opposite on this date at this time right here. Because cameras and microphones and shit, recording, when you type and put it out on the internet, that's forever. Holy shit. Let's go.
At a top secret clearance like I have and others who know that even one hiccup causes a problem, let alone a standard procedure like this.
Even one hiccup causes a problem. Even one hiccup. Does leaking, does leaking classified information about attack plans qualified as, maybe an issue, a problem? I'd say so. I don't know.
Apparently, the
All right, here it is. Starting over. So from the top, there we go.
standard operating procedure inside the Clinton Secretary of State office was to send emails that couldn't otherwise be printed to the maid to print them out of a
To the maid. That's crazy. I mean, is that kind of like equal to your wife? Is that kind of, in which one of Hillary's emails was hacked and released to a journalist at the Atlantic? Please show me that one. I'd love to know. I would love to see which one of those was leaked to the by Hillary too. That has to be by Hillary herself.
a secure area or from a secure area and then hand them off. Any security professional, military, government, or otherwise, would be fired on the spot.
On the spot, ladies and gentlemen. On the spot. And I should give Pete Hegseth a round of applause for calling for his own removal, ladies and gentlemen. Right? 9 years in the past, Pete Hegseth actually called for his own removal. Let's go. That's hard to do. That's hard to do. To predict your own firing 9 years in the future. Great job, buddy. Great job. All right, now let's take a look at this. This kind of illustrates exactly how the information was passed on from one person to the next. And I just want to show the beginning of this. That way, again, like I said, you guys have a clear understanding, as well as myself, as how this information got from how it originated and how it got into his wife's hands. Let's see if I can bring this video up after this ridiculous ad that they make me watch. Let's see here. Come on. I mean, do I have to watch the whole goddamn thing? Yeah, I don't want to sign up. I just want to see the video that's playing behind you. 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. Okay, so we're in secure government systems here, right? Generals sending the Secretary of Defense the plans for this attack through secure routes. Okay, so we're good so far. We're good so far. Everything's cool. Everything's cool. Copacetic. Specific. Geez, that hurts Hegseth's case right there. Specific details about the imminent operation. I'd say that's the, I don't know, what do you call that? The complete fucking opposite of what Pete Heggs is telling us was in that. But okay. Anyways, it's not like we haven't seen the text messages. Fucking Jesus. Oh, what'd Pete do with it? How'd Pete handle this? Did he handle it like a professional? Did he handle it like the Secretary of Defense should? Let's find out, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Okay. Bad start. Terrible start. Flag on the play. Flag. What are we doing? Come on, dude. Fucking A. I mean, you received them through secure measures. Like, wouldn't you be like, wow, I just received this through secure measures. Maybe I should probably keep this secure. I don't know. Maybe my personal cell phone that could be hacked easily may not be the route of transmit. Why would I send this to my wife and my brother and my fucking lawyer? Who knows in the first place? But anyway, where'd these go? Two. So he doubled up, right? Double tapped it. He double tapped it. All right. He wasn't happy with just leaking it to one group. He was like, fuck this. This shit's fucking awesome. We're gonna fucking strike them, baby. I gotta tell my wife, man. My dick hasn't been hard in months, but maybe this will help. Now, why does your wife need to know when the fucking planes are taking off? I'm sorry. Does your wife know what a fucking MQ-9 Reaper drone is? What the fuck? Does she? What the fuck does your brother? Why is your fucking lawyer? What are we doing? And apparently, this group chat, just for a little bit of backstory, background information on this, was apparently created before he was nominated as Secretary of Defense, as a kind of support team to try to push to get him nominated. Team fucking group huddle, or group fucking taint smoker. I don't know what the fucking, it was called something huddle, but yeah, that was basically originated before that. So he was, it was his team, his little support system, so he could get out there and know what lies to tell to get nominated. Awesome. We're doing good so far, Petey. His personal cell phone, wife, brother, lawyer, attack plans, when the jets are going to take off. Q, go ahead. Oh, that's even better. Woo! Hold on. Here we go, Pete. There we go. Awesome. Just perfect. Just friggin' perfect. Can you guys still hear that? Yeah, I knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew it before I even looked at the chat. Why would that disconnect all of a sudden? All of a sudden, it's like, you know what? Fuck you. I don't want to hear. I don't think these people deserve to hear the audio in this. I don't know why it does it. I didn't touch anything. All right. One more try. We'll go one more try. Where'd we, how, all right. Motherfucking mother. All right. How far back? How many minutos was that? How far back should we go? Let's see here. Doesn't seem like, oh, no sound set at 9:36. That's at least a minute ago. Let's see here. We can't hear the video. 9:36. No sound. Good Lord. What an absolute fucking tit. It seems like you can hear it then. So that was 9:31. So what was that? The good. Oh, wow. It just never fails. Even when I think I'm doing good, I'm just not doing good. It's just, I should always be like, you know what? I think I'm doing good right now, which means something is fucked up. I should check on something. All right, here we go. Let's see if this works. Motherfucker. Jesus. I'm going to go back. Let's see here. We're at 42 seconds in. Wait a minute. How could you not? It took me five minutes to get 42 seconds in. All right, we'll go back here. How's that? We'll go where Pete Hegseth. We'll go where Pete Hegseth gets the information. Pete Hegseth gets this information through classified means. Everything's A-okay. What does Pete Hegseth do from here? My apologies. Sorry, guys.
Sources say Hegseth used his personal phone to send some of that information to at least two.
Personal phone. Good start. I know you could probably hear me say all that stuff, but you couldn't hear the video. But that's what was going on, talking about his personal cell phone.
Two group chats on the messaging app Signal, one with Hegseth's wife, his brother, and his personal attorney. The material included when those fighter jets would take off and
again, awesome. That's exactly what your wife needs to know. Probably not, when the kids should be picked up, or, what the principal said when they called, or, maybe stuff we need at the grocery store, or, stuff like that. She definitely needs to know. She's on a need to know basis of when the fucking jets are going to take off for an attack strike on Houthi rebels. Okay.
When they would hit their targets. Details that in the wrong hands could put the American pilots in danger. Hegseth today denied sharing any classified information on Signal.
Let me try this too. This might help. I'm going to move this over here. Please don't crash. That might help too. You're over there. I can see the chat now, and I can watch the video. That's what I should have been doing from the beginning. My apologies. Let's go.
Every single day. What was shared over Signal then and now, however you characterize it, was informal, unclassified coordinations for media coordination and other things.
Media coordinations. Now, just reel me in here, Pete. What do the jets in their takeoff time and what time the bombs should be coming out of the bomb bays, what part of that has to do with the media exactly? Give me that one more time, actually. One more time. What do you got?
Informal, unclassified coordinations for media coordination and other things. That's what I've said.
From media coordinations and other things. What a bunch of fucking dodgeball bullshit. Holy shit. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a lie from Pete Hegseth. Is that sweat on your forehead? Or is that just holy moly? moly. No, but what, I mean, talk about just, there was unclassified, knowledgeable media coordinations on data that's been persistent throughout the department thing. It's like, what?
From the beginning.
When asked, President Trump again this week said he remained.
Whoa. Ew. What is that thing? Ugh. He really is just like a thing in the wild now, right? Look at all the people around him. Like, look at him. Like, that's him. Like, he has less hair than I thought. You can see his scalp. Oh, wait. Is that a close-up of his ear? Are we getting a good shot of his ear right here? Can I zoom in on this motherfucker? Come on, tell me I can zoom. Tell me I can zoom. Oh, you can't zoom on a video? That's horse shit. That is horse shit. I want to zoom in on that. Anybody who's got directions for me? Let's see here. Can I do it on this one? Nope, that's that thing too. Directions. Settings. No, that's just fucking... That's not going to do it. There's no way to zoom? That's just horse shit. I want to take a look at the ear. All right, anyway. We'll have to get by that. But yeah, he's just like a thing in the wild right now. Everybody's like, take your cell phone out. There he is.
He's confident in Hegseth.
Oh, no. Why do you even ask a question like that?
Still a prominent Republican lawmaker.
Yeah, why would you ask a question like that when classified information is being leaked to his wife?
Has now joined top Democrats condemning Hegseth's actions. Republican Congressman Don Bacon, a retired Air Force general, telling NBC News, if true, it is unacceptable.
What do you mean, if true? What is this if true bullshit? We already saw the text messages before. The Atlantic released the text messages. What do you mean if? What is this if bullshit? It's not if. There is no if, right? This isn't like how it works. If you think, I think this is an if, and you can just be like, well, apparently those last text messages, they were fake, right? Yeah, I just quietly tell you to do one thing.
Go fuck yourself.
Right? I mean, come on. There's just absolutely no way that you can be like, I don't know, maybe if it's true, because it's not like we haven't seen, the text messages and the full fucking chat already with the emojis. It's like, what are you doing? You sound like, all these people sound like idiots. Idiots. Like, we have the information, people. We saw the chat. We saw what he said. That same information then went to the three people we talked about earlier. This isn't hard to understand. There is no if.
And I wouldn't tolerate it if I was responsible.
Peter, we're also learning Secretary of State Marco Rubio plans to reorganize the State Department.
Yeah, we don't need to know about that. Well, we do need to know about that, but that's not what I'm covering at the moment. But yeah, I mean, it's just the tap dancing and the ifs and the whatabouts and the seething behind the scenes, but really defending him kind of sort of maybe in public, and the videos being put out with Hegseth in the title and he's in trouble, but not actually talking about what the hell is going on, trying to point you in every which way direction because they don't want you to look straight ahead at what the actual case is about, what the actual story is about. I mean, it's not that hard to pick apart either. It's really not. All right, let's get into this story because I found this to be quite amusing myself, if I if I do say so myself. Let me add this. This is this is from The Independent, and this is Hegseth spent several $1,000s turning Pentagon room into a makeup studio for his TV spots. It's a fucking clown show. It's a clown show. It is a TV show, a reality fucking clown show. It is Apprentice with people in clown suits. It's fucking just a joke at this point. Mr. fucking warrior ethos, right? Mr. Big Bad and Tough. Mr. I'm gonna fucking get this military back in shape, right? Fucking Jesus Christ. Has a makeup studio built at the Pentagon. That's got to be a first. That's got to be a first. Anybody that heard me on with Bob Seska, if you haven't heard that, check that one out. It's on his audio only show there. Great talking to Bob. I appreciate it. But we discussed this, and I was just like, you can be pretty sure it's the first makeup room ever put in the Pentagon, right? I told him, if it was the FBI, probably wouldn't be the first makeup room put in there, with with who we know led that in the early days. But I'm just saying. So let's get into this just a second here. Is this a video? Or is this just it's just a picture. Embattled Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth apparently learned something from his days as a presenter on Fox News. Weekdays, B team. Couldn't hack it. He's a drunk, they said. Came in drunk all the time. That's him. The importance of being camera ready amid reports of infighting and chaos at the Pentagon and the secretary under fire for a second breach of operational security. CBS News reports that Hegseth recently ordered modifications to a next department's press briefing room to turn it into a makeup studio. Look at this paragraph, will you please? Look at can I zoom in on this? Does this at least zoom in? Fucking thing. Give me something. Come on, a little more. A little more. Oh, it's working. It's working. Watch. It's going to be huge once I... There we go. Can you see that? Can you see that? Is that all in one screen? Let me see if I can get it in one screen. Stop moving. All right, that's about as good as I can get. It's going to piss me off. Get out of here. Amid report... Oh, come on, dude. What's this all about? What happened? I clicked X. All right, I'm going back. Help. SOS. All right, here we go. This is this is the best paragraph to sum up what's going on right now, I think, in the Trump cartel. Right? Amid reports of infighting and chaos at the Pentagon, and with the Secretary of Defense under fire for a second breach of operational security, CBS News reports that Hegseth recently ordered modifications to a room next to the department's press briefing room to turn it into a makeup studio. A makeup studio at the Pentagon. I mean, I figured I'd bring that to you because that's hilarious. Uh-oh. How'd I freeze? Am I frozen? Just let me go back here. I found that to be extremely hilarious and just, spot on to summarize, Donald Trump and his second regime here, his second tenure for his fucking cartel. All right, let's go to the signing today. Look at just an absolutely disrespectful Donald Trump, who sat signing more executive orders, calling it legislation when it's not legislation. Just want that to be clear on everybody. Executive orders are not legislation. But, you guys know that. Donald Trump doesn't happen to know that. Let me go here. I'm going to bring up this in my old history there. Oh, here we go. It's already. Nope, I don't want it to play. I just want to look. Stop. All right, I'm going to share this tab instead. I'm going to go back here, and we should be all set to go. There we go. All right. So again, Donald Trump is sitting here with what appears to be military survivors of explosions or injuries on the battlefield. You have double amputees, single amputees here. It seems like a few of them fought in the same unit and were involved in the same explosion or IED attack. But I want to show a quick part here and then see if we can get to where he answers questions, which is what I really want to get to. But take a close look here. He's handing out what seems to be some sort of medals, some sort of decorative metal piece to these soldiers. God bless them in their service, regardless of their political affiliations. But they're double amputees, all in wheelchairs, I believe. And this fucking lazy bastard, this fat motherfucker, sits in this fucking big chair and makes them get up to come get the fucking medal. A couple of them are close enough where they don't have to. But this asshole actually makes these fucking double amputee having, prosthetic leg having, military survivors get up out of their wheelchairs to come get this fucking decorative medal. Check this shit out. It's I was like, what is happening here? Just play.
The place, and it's really an honor to be with you, all of you. Incredible. And I'm going to give you these coins, and I think you're going to really like them. I think they're
What do you call? I think you call them coins. What do you call them? Coins.
the best. These are the best coins. And you have your choice. This is gunmetal. I don't know. Soldiers like the black, but I think you like this one. It's okay. A lot of soldiers like.
Look at that bald spot, baby. Woo! Holy shit. They're doing some work to try to keep that thing covered up. Good Lord. He's losing that quicker than he's losing his marbles, I think. Oh, Peter, you lost your marbles. He really did lose his marbles.
Like the black. Here you go. What do you like?
I'll go with black.
Yeah. See, I told you. These are choices.
So this gentleman in the front here with the medals pinned on his chest is in a wheelchair. Looks like this gentleman in the red shirt is in just a regular chair, and there's a few different soldiers, a few more soldiers on the left-hand side here, and obviously a few more on the right, and I believe the rest of them are in wheelchairs, so just keep that in mind. Just play.
I'll take a black one, sir.
Okay, look at this. That rarely happens. You're different, huh?
Take a black.
All right, all right. Do we see anything wrong with this situation here? Do we see anything wrong with what just happened? Look at the guy that got up, and God bless him. I'm not saying he can't do that, right? But wouldn't it just be a little bit more respectful to have somebody go over and present these soldiers the pins or the medals or the coins or whatever you want to call them, in the place where they are, not making them get up, but not, you know what I mean? Like, wouldn't that be the more respectful thing to do?
This. That rarely happens. You're different, huh?
Take a black one, sir.
Oh,
There you go.
that's great.
Call the military.
No, but I always say the soldiers, they do like it's gunmetal.
All right, and here we go on the other side. Really like
That's
what I heard.
I think the Trump gold is.
So this heroic gentleman here is obviously close enough where he doesn't have to worry about it here.
I'm giving him 2.
I don't know why the video does pause at this moment, but it comes back.
Okay. This is actually fun.
Oh, take the gold.
This is actually fun. His whole attitude towards this is just kind of disgusting. This is not fun, right? This should be an honor. This should be something that, you take deep reverence in and you reflect on what these soldiers went through and the pain and the rehabilitation that it took to even get to this point where they're sitting in front of you, right? Wouldn't it be good as a draft dodging piece of shit for you to get your fucking lazy ass up out of that chair and present these fucking heroes, these soldiers, with the fucking medals and the coins that they fucking earned? I don't know. Is that too much to ask?
Okay. I thought you were going to take that goal.
Another one, right? Another one. It's just fucking inconsiderate. It's just fucking inconsiderate.
Okay.
I don't know. The video sucks. That's not me. I apologize. It comes back.
Right.
Oh, wow. Isn't that great? It's been an honor. And now people say,
stand the fuck up, you piece of shit. Get the fuck up. Shake their fucking hands. Good fucking grief. Yeah, Nutlick in the back with his fucking permanent smile. The dude fucking chat GPT to fucking permanent smile on his face.
that they said routinely, that's been a great honor for me.
A pretty great honor for me. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Take a gold one.
Okay.
It's just fucking, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, honestly, and it's just rubbing me the wrong way that this whole thing is fucking set up. But it's like, you know, come get you. I don't know. Come choose your fucking Happy Meal toy, kids. Do you want the fucking black one or do you want the gold one? Yeah, I'm not gonna get up out of my fucking chair because I'm a fat ass and I just had 17 fucking Diet Cokes and fucking half a ton of cheeseburgers. If I get up, I'm gonna shit myself. But come on over. Fucking walk over here. Piece of shit.
Almost even. I think gold is an edge.
I would love a gold one.
You got it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Gold. It picked up at the end, right? So you all okay? That's good. So I want to thank you very much, and especially that's a great story. Yeah, sir.
It's not a great story. It's not a fucking great story. It's a tragic story. It's a story of heroism. It's a story of fucking dedication and sacrifice. Right? It's a story of fucking people joining the armed forces to go out and fucking put themselves in harm's way to protect the people of fucking our country from enemies from foreign, domestic and foreign and domestic. You know what I mean? People from fucking abroad and within. Excuse me. It's not, you know what I mean? It's just the whole fucking attitude towards this and this piece of shit and the lack of respect he has for what these people went through, what they sacrificed, what they endured, what they still continue to endure and will continue to endure for the rest of their fucking lives. And he thinks because he handed him out a fucking coin, and God bless I have nothing whatsoever bad to say about any of these people, these soldiers whatsoever, regardless of political affiliation. I'm glad that they're, excited about receiving these coins and being in the White House and meeting the president. Good for them. They earned it. They deserve it. Fucking much respect. Thank you for your service. And I'll leave it at that with them. My problem is with the fucking president of the United States of America sitting in his fucking big leather chair, handing out these fucking gold coins to soldiers with missing limbs, without standing up, without shaking hands, making them come to him like some fucking king. Come kiss the ring and get your fucking coins, boys. Thanks for going out there and fucking losing your limbs, sacrificing yourself so I can fucking cheat and steal and rob and con people. But I want to get to a couple of the questions. 17:45 I marked, and 16 minutes, so I think we're already past that point, so let's let it play. I think he gets into the questions right here.
So what do you think of a guy like that? Pretty good.
Oh, they actually
pretty good. And now the soldier, God bless his fucking heart, has to tell, probably once again, I'm sure this has been mentioned to Donald Trump, that the people here, the soldiers here, were fucking in a unit together along with one of the other gentlemen on the other side.
him and him, we all served together.
Wow.
And Jared over there too.
So you
And
guys,
I forgot.
so you guys got hit, huh? Pretty good.
You guys got hit pretty good. You see the fucking lack of self-awareness, the lack of fucking, like social norms, right? They'll just hold your fucking tongue. You fucking coward. And pardon my French, because I know fucking YouTube doesn't like when I swear. But that's just the way it goes with this administration, with this cartel. I don't know how you can't swear. I don't know how you wouldn't swear. And I don't know how you fault me for swearing. So please, if you could help me in the algorithm and hit the like button, share the show out, put a comment on the show after it posts, throw those emojis in the chat. I appreciate you guys. But just because of the stuff that I cover, because of the language that I use, it doesn't tend to get the videos pushed out there, regardless of how important the subject is, regardless of how poignant my points are. I'm not saying that I have any poignant points. That's up for you guys to decide. But it's just it's hard, especially doing just a live show, to get your voice heard, to get your videos out there. It'd be nice if we had some help from the bigger guys, right? What are you gonna do? We're swimming in the sea and we're gonna fight and we're gonna find Finding Nemo our way to the top here. I promise. I guarantee it because I'm not giving up on you guys and I know you're not gonna give up on me.
Got hit. Pretty good. Amazing.
We're in a pretty tough area.
Not amazing. All right.
In Kandahar, in the Arghandab River Valley,
Right, it's
outside
tough.
Kandahar.
Their unit had a more than 50% Purple Heart rate, sir,
Wow.
in 2010.
You deserve it. You deserve that and more. We appreciate it so much. Brave, really brave, brilliant people. Thank you very much. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, great video. Great. There we go. Keep it going. Come on. Bring it back here. Bring it back. Any minute now. Any second now it's going to come back. And again, this isn't on my side. This is the actual video. It's actually still playing. Come on.
We have tariffs,
No.
25% on cars, aluminum and steel. There's a rush to build new steel plants, a rush to build new aluminum plants, and a biggest rush I've ever seen, that we've ever seen, to build car plants. We have like 11 of them or something. Big
Yeah,
ones.
fucking thousands. 11 million trillion of those are going to be built in the next, day or two? Should be finished tomorrow, right? Would they start this morning? Yeah, those factories should be done by end of the week at the latest.
Where you guys maybe work, maybe you won't want to work. You'll do something.
That fucking hair is losing its life, baby. That scalp is losing its grip on reality. Holy sugar. Looks like he just came out from the rain, right? Looks like his fucking umbrella has holes in it. Did you just go for a swim, Grandpa? Good grief. And tuck your fucking neck into your shirt. Good Lord.
Something else instead of that. But if you like cars, you'd like to work on one of these plants, the biggest plants in the
Yeah, you and the fucking other 14 people that'll be working there with the robots.
world. 3 of them have left Mexico before construction started.
Oh, you mean, well, what do you mean? Does that mean like your USMCA deal didn't work? Does that mean you're actually like tariffing against your own deal that you made, the USMCA with the Mexico and Canada deal? You know, that whole thing that gave them incentives and stuff to. Anyway, you guys get the fucking gist.
One of them during construction, and they're coming to this country. They're coming back. Don't forget, and we get along great with Mexico, but Mexico took 32% of our car building business.
How fucking stupid is it to say that again? With the USMCA signed, it's remarkable that nobody in that fucking room is like, sir, doesn't that totally go against everything you said about the greatest deal ever signed, the USMCA, like ever?
So it's amazing what's happened. Remember this number, anywhere from $3 to $5 billion a day. That's not $1 million, that's $1 billion a day. Nobody can even imagine.
Yeah, nobody can even count it because we don't even have the fucking systems in place yet to even collect that money. So it's basically fantasy fucking money. And when that money does start rolling in, it's going to come directly from the pockets of the American people. So we're getting rich. The government's getting rich off the backs of the fucking workers. The government's getting rich off the backs of the people that actually spend money in the economy. Yeah, that's exactly what we're trying to fucking prevent. What you're saying right now is exactly what we're trying to prevent. We're trying to prevent the fucking top 1% having 99% of the wealth, right? The people are fed up. I don't know how many times I have to tell you the people are fed up. If these fucking hands-off protests aren't a sign, if the fucking the drop in Tesla sales isn't a sign, if the rebellion in the stories and you know the hype against Pete Hegseth isn't a sign, if the fucking popularity of AOC and Bernie and their fighting oligarchy fucking tour all around the country in red, purple districts isn't a sign that the people are fucking done going to work every day just so the fucking CEOs can buy another jet, so the CEOs can have their 4th yacht and we can come home and figure out a way how we're going to fucking feed the kids, how we're going to put gas in the car, how we're going to fucking pay for the school trips, right? There's a line that you can push the people to, and we've fucking crossed that long ago.
And that's what we were losing. And, you know, hence we have $36 trillion in debt and everything else. And in the end, I think what's going to happen is...
Again, how much of the debt did Donald Trump add, chat? Throw that in the chat. How much of that debt is directly can be traced back to Donald Trump and his first administration? Throw it in the chat because you guys are smart. That's why I love you. Look at you guys. Look at. I mean, fucking. I didn't even have the sentence out. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you guys. Appreciate that. Look at that. Fucking chat's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. You guys have, that's why I like you guys, because you're involved, you're informed, you're engaged, right? That's why I like you guys. That's why I appreciate you guys. That's why I do this. So thank you guys. I appreciate it.
We're going to have great deals. And by the way, if we don't have a deal with a company or a country, we're going to set the tariff. We just set the tariff. It's something that we think that will happen, I'd say, over the next couple of weeks. Wouldn't you say? I think so. Over the next 2-3 weeks, we'll be setting.
Yeah, right after the healthcare plan. 2-3 weeks. Get a big book. Anybody got a big binder with some blank pages on it I could throw at the media? Anybody? Where's that big fuck? Where's Kayleigh McEnany with that big fucking binder? Hey, anybody got any blank pages? Here's our healthcare plan. Here's page 1. This is what we're going to do on the 3rd day. There's week 3. It's like, what the fuck is this? I don't want a 7-pound book of fucking empty. How many trees did you cut down to get this one, you son of a bitch? What the fuck?
And we're going to pick, could be for China too. Could be for China. Well, we're dealing with.
I'm sorry. What is with his eyes? Hold on. I don't know if I've made this comparison before. But is he turning into fucking? Come on. Is he turning Is he turning into the friggin'? Is he turning into Crush from Nemo? Right? Is he turning into Crush? Sweet dude. Like fucking, I swear to God, he looks like, doesn't he look like that? Am I wrong? Hold on. Ready? Let's go back. There's Trump's face, right? There's Trump's face, and there's Crush. I mean, the eye bulge, right? I swear it's kind of uncanny. Kind of uncanny here. Here's one. Here's Donald Trump sleeping in court. Here he is again, sleeping at his inauguration. And this might be at CPAC. Is this one at CPAC? I'm not sure. Nope, there's CPAC. Here's where he's sleeping at CPAC. And here's where he's doing the signing. This is where he's doing the signing. Sorry, Crush. My bad, dude.
Almost all of them. Too many to fully deal with, but we're going to be fair to them. But we're dealing with a lot of countries right now, and could be with China, but maybe we'll.
How many trade deals have been signed? How many ceremonies have we seen of these big trade deals that have been, changing the way trade is done throughout the world? Have we seen any of those? Any? Just what trade? I know you've told us 75 trillion countries have come to the table. Have rushed to the table to talk to Donald Trump, and they want to deal. How many have you signed? Or are these countries in some of their corrupt leaders, are they just kind of throwing money into your crypto, right? In hopes that'll entice you to lower the tariffs maybe on their country at least?
Make a special, a deal. And we'll see what it will be. Right now it's 140.
Bro, he's fucking crushed, dude. That is fucking crushed, bro. He is fucking spent. Bro is spent. Look at this dude. Holy shit. Oh shit. He is cooked, my man. Oh my God. My dude looks like a fucking grilled cheese that melted on the skillet. Oh. Play
5%. That's very high. It got there because of the fentanyl. They're sending massive amounts of fentanyl into our country and killing a lot of people.
Again, with the facts, I'm sorry I have to keep stopping with the facts, but it was something around 85% of the fentanyl being trafficked by through the southern border is being trafficked by United States citizens. Right. Not only that, but people for a long time, I don't know if you've known, but the majority of drugs, the majority of fucking human trafficking comes through legal ports of entry. Not backpackers huffing it through the fucking countryside, trying to throw it 35 feet over a fucking wall, 10 bales of fucking marijuana or fentanyl at a time. No. We're talking about trucks and cars and pickups stuffed to the fucking gills. And they have a system where they go through the ports of entry, with all the security and all the fucking border patrol, right? And the dogs and the sniffing and all that shit. Yes. That's where the majority of drugs come into this country. Funny, huh? How it's not like fucking these supposed enemy illegals that are invading our country, bringing it in through a fucking Eastpak backpack, two bricks at a time. That's not how it goes, bro. Sorry. I know it's a story you'd love to fucking believe, right? That fucking Luis and his family came and they brought fucking 3,000 pounds of fentanyl with them. No. That's not how it works. They have a system at the borders. Sometimes they get border patrol officers paid off so they know which lane to go in, right? Sometimes they send in a fucking decoy so that car can get caught, which catches the attention of all the officers. Meanwhile, somewhere behind them, there's the fucking real load with all the shit in it, right? This information is key to being able to disseminate misinformation and disinformation, right? So it'd be very easy to believe that, oh, geez, it's this family that you see with the backpacks and the fucking strollers that just walked 3,000 miles through the Darien to get here to fucking live a better life because they're fucking coming from a war-torn country that's disintegrating in front of their eyes because of the dictatorial leadership. That's not who we're blaming. That's not how it works. And I just want to make sure everybody's clear on that fact.
People, probably 200,000 plus a year, wiping them out. You probably all have friends who were killed. Somebody was killed in your family or your friends with fentanyl.
What?
And somehow it's made almost exclusively in China. And as you know,
it comes in on what? Shipping containers at ports.
Essentially taxed them 10 and then another 10. We also taxed Mexico 25 and we taxed Canada 25. And that's the kind of money that's what's pouring into our country right now. And it's gotten us down from losing $3 to $5 billion a day to actually making money, but breaking even, let's say, but we're going to make a lot of money. And that money is going to be used to reduce taxes. We're going to get big tax breaks. We're going to,
for the wealthiest individuals in the country. Not tax breaks for you or I. Damn sure not permanent tax breaks, but for the wealthiest people in the country. So again, tariffs, taking money off the workers, taking money off the fucking middle class, taking money off the fucking poor people in this country, jacking up prices all over the place so that they can go ahead and give their rich buddies another tax break. That's the game. That's the ball game, folks.
There was a time, I said it this morning, I think some of you were there. There was a time from 1870 to 1913. It was a long time ago. We were an all tariff nation.
And how was the economy back then? How was industrialization then? How much, Jesus Christ. How was safety regulations? How was the food quality back then? How were women treated? How were black people treated? Anything else in that era that we could think about that probably would go against going back to that era, regardless. And what tariffs was the economy back then? what are you know what I mean? What are you talking about here, dude?
Nations paid taxes. They paid money to us in the form of tariffs. And that was when we were the wealthiest. We were the wealthiest proportionately that we ever were.
Right, right. And the wealth inequality was also, I believe, at its largest point, right? This is when we had the robber barons. This is when we had the the fucking the Vanderbilts, the Rockefellers, the incredible wealth inequality, like I was saying. People starving on the streets as Vanderbilt's building his fucking 14th mansion, right, up in Newport. Great time. Great time. We should go back to that. That's really what it was. That's good. How many black people do you want to own, Donald? Just so we can clarify that. So when we do go back this time, you're all set up. Just let us know.
And they formed committees in 1887 in particular, but they formed committees to determine what we should do with all the money. We had so much money. You guys would have loved it. We had so much money, they didn't know what to do with it. We gave it away to different causes, and you haven't seen that too much.
What? I'm sorry. What causes did this committee in 1887 decide the money should go towards? Oh, good grief. It's too late in the show to do this. 1887 commission tariffs. Jesus Christ. December 1887, Grover Cleveland, the Democrat, voted his entire State of the Union address to issue of the tariff and called emphatically for the reduction of duties and the abolition of duties on raw materials. The speech seceded. Come on. The speech seceded. Let's see here. Where was he? The speech seceded. What the hell was I just reading? Okay. It's going to take me to a whole different. The Tariff Act of 1890, commonly known as the McKinley Tariff Act, was the United States Congress framed by then Representative William McKinley, became the law on October 1st, 1890. The tariff raised the average duty on imports almost 50%, an increase designed to protect domestic industries and workers from foreign competition, as promised in the Republican platform. It represented protectionism, a policy that's supported by Republicans and denounced by Democrats. It was a major topic of fierce debate in 1890 congressional elections, which gave the Democratic landslide. Democrats replaced McKinley tariff with the Wilson-Gorman Tariff Act in 1894, which lowered tariff rates. So it didn't last very long. 4 years after they raised them, they lowered them back. So again, this doesn't even go on. This doesn't even touch on the wealth inequality at the time. This doesn't touch on the living standards at the time. Again, food quality, like health regulations, work environment, kids working. I mean, you name it, and it was going on back at this time, dude. Come on, just play. It's not that hard. You're a fucking video. It's what you do.
Anymore, although we give plenty away, but now we shouldn't be giving it away. We have to take care of ourselves first.
I want to hear a question. Will you shut the fuck up? Good grief. Play.
What is Mr. Wickoff going to present to the
Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, during the Biden administration in the campaign, with inflation raging, he lowered interest rates 2 times.
That's right.
Now, with 2 consecutive months of inflation being down, all economic theory you learned in the 8th grade says it's time to cut rates when inflation is down.
You're right.
He's not done that. Have you had any direct conversation with him?
No, I haven't. I haven't called him. I might call him. I haven't called him, but I believe he's making a mistake by not lowering interest rates. And I think
right, because with the fluctuations in the market and the instability in the market and the chaos with tariffs and the uncertainty of what the future will hold as far as trading and economic partnerships with other countries. The tariffs are now jacking up prices, which is then going to cause inflation to go up. Definitely not the time to be lowering interest rates. But again, the rich people want every fucking back door, every loophole, every ease in the system that they can have, any benefit that they can suck dry out of it. That's what they want. I'm going to punch this circle right in the fucking face.
as we're doing would do much better. He's keeping rates too high. He historically has been late, except when it came to Biden. He was recommended by a certain person that I'm not particularly happy with, but he will hopefully do the right thing. The right thing is to lower interest rates. So we'll see what happens. I think
Look how fucking small his hands are, bro. Holy shit. That's crazy. Like, how does he even hold the golf club? Right? I'm not even sure.
For the rest of my
I'm not
life,
even
I
sure.
have the curse that I have little hands. Little hands. Referred to my hands. If they're small, something else must be small.
Okay.
Sitting on something that's going to be very good with all the tariff money starting to come in. Our country is going to be doing really well, and hopefully we don't have inflation. Groceries are down.
We don't have any inflation. No, we do. We do have inflation. We do have inflation.
When I first came in, you people were there. They hit me with the first day that I was president. Somebody started screaming at me that eggs are up. I said, I just got here. And in the first week, they were going crazy. You remember that, Linda? Yes. They were going crazy. They're saying egg prices are too. I said, I'm here for 1 week. Just leave me alone. This is the thing.
Yeah, that's good. That's what the president should say to people being like, listen, we need eggs. We have nothing to fucking eat, right? We have nothing to support our industry. We have nothing to sell. We need these. Can you please, dog, leave me alone? I've only been here a fucking week. I got golf tomorrow. Please, I shot fucking 17 over yesterday. Leave me alone. Like, what? Think of how wild that is. And obviously he didn't fucking say that, but what an asshole you'd have to be to even fucking pretend or mock or joke about saying that as the president and people talking about food, right? You have people talking about food and how they need food and how the eggs had to be destroyed because of the avian flu. And this guy's like, fuck you. I'm on the 17th tee. Call me later.
And I said, what can I tell you? But Brooke Rollins, our Secretary of Agriculture, and a group.
We just bought a shitload from Turkey. All righty. Play. Any day now. Play.
Between the owner of the Washington football team, whatever you want to call them now, Commanders, and locally in getting the Redskins back to DC and RFK Stadium. That's on federal property.
All right, this fucking guy is it's honestly a waste of space. Your eyes are going to stop bleeding. I got to get him off the screen. Let's finish you out. I just got a few more minutes left. I'll finish you out with Carl Higbie trying to go after my girl, my woman, Ayanna Pressley. Ain't not going to have it, dude. Not going to fucking happen. Not on my watch. Not on my watch, especially coming
All right,
from
Ayanna Pressley is the latest to jump on.
Let me make this bigger for you guys to see. And once again, Republicans are mad that politicians, especially two standing out right now as far as Ayanna Pressley and Senator Van Hollen, going the extra mile to protect their constituents. And of course, the Republicans and Carl Higbie in particular want to bring their misogynistic, racist opinions into this. This is Carl Higbie, self-righteous, non-factor Dems think they call the shots. Dems fighting for deported illegal immigrants. No, legal with protection. Was ordered not to be deported because of the danger. Speaking of Kilmar Albrego Garcia, you can talk about Mahmoud Khalil. He's got on the screen. So many cases, and again, there's been hundreds of these people sent out of the country. I know we talk about the four major cases or the 3 or 4 major cases of this, but we have to remember there are much more that maybe slipped through the cracks we don't know about that are going through the same exact thing, that have no criminal record, as reported by 60 Minutes. 75 to 90% of the people that were deported have zero criminal record. Zero. Not a speeding ticket, not a drunken public, not a fucking indecent exposure, not fucking nothing. So not only are they not murderers and rapists and drug dealers, they're upstanding citizens that have committed no crimes. So here we go. Here's racist Carl talking about women, talking down to women, talking down to legal immigrants, bringing his misogynistic, racist attitude into it. Let's go.
On the how can we help out non-Americans more than our own constituents bandwagon.
Rumeysa Ozturk is my constituent, to hold them accountable, to demand answers. Why the hell are they here? Why were they kidnapped and disappeared in broad daylight when they have been convicted of no crimes? So we're here for answers, and we're also here for accountability.
Yes.
First off, this person is no longer your
Yes. Let's go, Ayanna. We're behind you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for going the extra mile. We appreciate it.
constituent. And they weren't disappeared. They were arrested. You know,
for what, Carl? For what? I know right after this line, you're going to hit me with the actual charge and the crimes they committed, because that would be extremely poignant and important to the case, right? Important to your opinion, important to, you know, which way this side goes. Were they arrested legally or illegally? Did they actually commit crimes or did they not? I'd say that's a big part of the fucking story. Would you not, Carl?
Look, and lady, to meet the definition of constituent, they have
excuse me, representative to you, you piece of shit. You fucking nothing hack, never was, never fucking could be, has been, piece of shit, Newsmax anchor that couldn't make any fucking real news network. You keep her name out of your mouth or you show some fucking respect.
have to either live or vote in your district. And since Rumeysa Ozturk, or whatever her name is, had her...
Now, I apologize for, at the beginning, blanking on Rumeysa's name. But again, there's so much to think about and so much going on. It happens pretty easily. There's so much to try to remember, and I do apologize. But I would never in a million years try to purposely mispronounce her name, or as a news anchor, supposed news anchor, not give a shit on how to say her name before I got on air. So again, I apologize as a plumber, as a content creator that does this because I'm passionate about it on my spare time. I do apologize for blanking on the name, but this is a whole different level of fucking disrespect from Kyle.
Her visa revoked and was not released on bail.
Why? You still haven't told me the crimes. What was she arrested for? Why?
And I'm quoting from the judge, because she was a flight risk and a, quote, danger to the community.
Bullshit. Bullshit. A danger to the community. Oh, okay. If I'm wrong, correct me in the chat, but show me that fucking judge's report that says Rumeysa Ozturk is fucking a danger to the community. Please. I would love to fucking see that. Somebody email that to me, please.
Therefore, she doesn't live in your district anymore. And because she's not a citizen.
Yes, but we're trying to say she was removed fucking legally. Against her will, as you're about to see in this video playing.
Citizen never could vote there, despite your request to allow that. So maybe
Rumeysa comes to the screen
instead
here.
of trying to
There's
claw
Rumeysa.
back anti-American, pro-Hamas
Trying to get out of the
act-
way. Excuse me, sir. She's probably like, get the fuck out of my way, dude. What are you doing? And watch, you'll see the second guy here and the first guy pull their badges out of their sweatshirt after he makes his first contact with Rumeysa, right? So right now they're displaying absolutely no badges, nothing to say that they're law enforcement, as far as I can see, at least from this angle. So how the fuck would she know who these people are? Right? Who is this guy with a hood on, dressed in all black, stopping me on the streets? And look at her. You can tell her confusion. Like, what's going on here?
that are enjoying our universities.
And then he's, look at this. This looks like an attack. This looks like a kidnapping. This looks no different than a kidnapping in any movie that I've seen. Right? Look at this guy watching. Fucking this guy just walks by doing absolutely nothing. He's grabbing her already. Black car waiting. Don't know if that has anything to do with it, but it fucking adds to the scene, right?
For our gracious scholarship.
Now watch this guy in the back. See, right now, this guy right here is reaching for his badge. He's going to pull his badge, which is around his neck, out of his sweatshirt after this guy starts making physical contact with Rumeysa.
Programs that are paid for by my tax
pulls it out
dollars, who then protest.
Right now he's got his. No, they stopped there, but you can see how he's just pulling it out at the end. Watch this
gracious
guy at the end.
scholarship programs that are paid for by my tax dollars.
So he's got his badge in his hand right here. That's his. So, and then look at the guy behind him also, right? Just happened to pull out his badge. I don't know if he's wearing a uniform or not. I can't tell, but he was pretty far away, probably stalking Rumeysa as she was walking down the street. But this shit is scary, guys. This shit is fucking scary. She's walking home, minding her own business, coming home from school, coming home from the gym, coming home from meeting her friends. I mean, this is Gestapo level type shit right here, right? This is Gestapo level type shit. What's your name? Show me your papers. Let's fucking go. You're on the next train to who fucking knowsville. Hey, Peter. What's up, buddy? What's up, my man? Good way to get bagged up. These thugs need some training. I mean, again, who knows what kind of situation this brings up, though? You know what I mean? Like, what if she was defensive? What if she had what if she was licensed to have a weapon in her purse and she didn't know who these people were? And she's, you know what I mean? Like, you never know what this situation can turn to. Why would you not identify yourselves right off the bat as law enforcement agents? Why would you attack her right off the bat? Why would you grab her right off the bat without having a discussion, without having a fucking, a communication first? If they can do this to her, they can do it to you. And if you're sitting in your fucking nice comfy couch, rubbing your nutsack with your fucking nice dog laying next to you with your fucking big bowl of popcorn, watching this on TV, thinking it can't happen to you, I got fucking news for you, dude. I got fucking news for you. We ain't far away. Because there's a fine fucking line between this right here from something she wrote 10 years ago against Israel, and hey, you're trans, get the fuck out of here. Or hey, you're flying the rainbow flag, get the fuck out of here. Or hey, you're a teacher teaching things that we don't like. Hey, get the fuck out of here. Or hey, you're just a leftist talking shit about the illegal deportations and kidnappings online. Trying to sow dissent, they could say, right? This shit is fucking scary right here. And it should scare every single fucking one of you. And it should enrage every single one of you. And it should activate every single one of you. What's up, Mark? How are you, dude? Appreciate you being here, buddy. Thank you so much. Lightfoot says, Boston Ice are going Boston Ice are going after under 18s, green card pending, no parents, lawyer steps in with 5 on the doorstep. Get the hell out of here. I mean, again, they're trying to go for the easy targets because they know damn well there aren't as many, immigrants in this country as they said. I mean, we've heard anywhere from 7 to 20 something, if you talk, depending on what Republican you talk to, right? And if there's 25 million illegal immigrants in this country, you shouldn't be sending out legal immigrants. You shouldn't be sending out U.S. citizens. You shouldn't have to come for people under 18, right? You shouldn't have to send out planes with like 17 people on it. So, I mean, if this doesn't get people activated, if this doesn't piss people off, apparently just the sapping of their bank account as rapidly as possible, the growing cost of things because of tariffs, the growing instability in the stock market, the growing trade wars with allies and enemies, the way that the conflicts and the wars are being handled, the ethnic cleansing of the Palestinians, the idea of ethnic cleansing by Donald Trump, the plan to ethnic cleanse by Donald Trump, the starvation, the purpose, the purposeful starvation of the Palestinian people by Israel, as reported. Let's see here. Let's see here. There we go. Excuse me a second. Put this on the stage before I get you out of here. Gaza starves under Israeli blockade. U.S. aid runs dry. Prices soar. The humanitarian crisis in Gaza continues to worsen. This was April 20th. Exacerbated by the Israeli blockade imposed on Gaza and the Israeli occupation military's deliberate targeting of hospitals and aid centers. So, while we got struggles going on in our country, and while the problems and the corruption and issues in our homeland pile up, we cannot forget what is going on around the world in places like Sudan, in places like Gaza, in places like Ukraine, places all over the world, right? We cannot forget. We cannot just, put everything to the back burner. This shit is disgusting. Disgusting. The deliberate starvation of a population is a fucking war crime. It is a fucking war crime. It is against the rules of war. It is in direct violation of the Geneva Conventions. You cannot punish the entire citizenry because of the government's actions, because of the leadership's actions. That is a war crime. So I'll leave you on that before that'll be the last thing. Let me get some thank yous in here. Some thank you guys for your super chats and your milestones and being such fantastic people, being so involved, being so loyal and passionate about what you do. And I really do appreciate it. Nordez, as always, I don't know how you managed to be here first every time, with the 5 every time, but we do appreciate you very, very much here. So thank you so much. And again, as I always say, if you got a membership gifted by anybody in the chat, Nordez included, please make sure to send them a thank you. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Jeff, thank you so much. The Trump administration is fielding the Olympic Village idiot winning team. It really is. I actually had a video from, Christ, what's his name? Dave Rubin on Pete Hegseth, trying to defend Pete Hegseth. I actually probably should have put that up because a couple of those are just, I can't believe the dancing they're trying to do around this situation. But yeah, he actually said this is the most competent administration that Trump has ever had, and maybe in his lifetime, which I found extremely hilarious. But thank you, Jeff. Daphne, what's up, dude? What up, brother? Hey, y'all, check out Boston Brian's appearance on the Bob Seska Show. Good times. Sorry, BB. Shots of vodka and gravity bonks here, sir. All good, dude. All good. And yeah, absolutely. Check that out. It actually went so quick, and we just kind of, it ended and it ended. I didn't even get to like a link where I could put up, and I didn't even know what was going on, but it was a great conversation. I enjoyed it very much, and I hope I can do it again. Thank you, bud. Appreciate you very much. And thank you, Bry Guy. Great work. I appreciate it, dude. I try. It's hard. I don't know. The numbers seem to be struggling, but I'm going to push ahead. I'm going to keep forging ahead, creating our path. I promise. WW says it's almost always has to do with being able to make the most money, right? Sucking the most money out of the poor, sucking the most money out of the government, getting the most loopholes, getting the most tax breaks. Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate you. Heroyam Slava, right back at you. Appreciate you being here all the time. Just wonderful. Appreciate your contributions. Thank you so much. And Steven, thank you so much. Appreciate you right back, my man. Let's see here. Grandma coming in. Let's go. Becoming a new member. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. I used to call my grandmother Manny. Oh, I miss her. Thank you, Grandma. I appreciate that. Hey, Petrazi, how are you? Thank you for being here for 10 months. I really appreciate that. Very good to see you. Always is. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being active. We appreciate you. 10 months. Let's fucking go, huh? Jeff's back. Let's go. 40, call, not chess. Yeah. They're playing a different game. They're playing a different game, right? It's like we're playing fucking Candyland. We're playing Monopoly. We're playing whatever with the board on the right side. And every time they play, they just fucking flip the whole board over. And they're like playing on the back that has nothing on it and all the pieces are flying. It's like, what the fuck is, no. You flip it over. And they're trying to convince you that, no, they're playing it the right way. Sometimes that's what it feels like. Thank you, Ricky. 1 year. Let's go. Fucking made right. Let's go. Ricky gets a cheer. Ricky gets a clear. Let's go. 1 year gets a clap. 1 year gets a clap at least, right? That's the least I could do for you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Ricky. Appreciate you. Appreciate you being here for such a long time. It's awesome. Let's see here. Carol, what's going on? Well, damn. Christy Nome is suffering from purselessness. Must be with Pete's missing sideburn. What is with? I mean, how bad can you be at fucking shaving your face, right? And Kurt, and what have I call her Christy the Gnome, GNOME. So, yeah, what are you doing running around with $3K cash? She thinks it's making herself look better by saying that it was for fucking presents and gifts and yada yada yada. It's like, oh, great. That's awesome. You think that makes you look good? How many everyday Americans, blue collar working Americans, spend $3,000 on Easter? Really relatable, right? And I also heard a report that she was flirting and drinking and, the usual. Also, don't fucking, apparently whoever did it had a mask on. It was a white male. So don't rule out Corey Lewandowski. Right? Maybe he slipped out the back door because he's her chief of staff. Yes, the man that they had a long-lasting affair together is now her chief of staff. But maybe he went out the back door, put on a mask because he knew the money was in there, fucking took that shit right out of there. You never know. You never know. But I appreciate you, Carol. Thank you so much for the 5. JD, thank you so much for the 7. Profanity bonus. Thank you. You're always on point with that. I appreciate that. Thank you. Ricky, thank you. Let's see here. 2 to 5 Scaramucci's back. Right? Is that like a standard of time now? That's how we measure time. Is it's in Scaramucci's. I like that. Hey Sheldon, what's up, dude? Appreciate you. Thank you so much for the 1 gifted. Appreciate you being here. Thank you, bud. Hey Greg, is curb stop allowed on the POTUS? Easy. Come on now. What'd you just watch? American History X recently? Huh? No, we can't advocate for anything like that, and so, but I do appreciate your passion and your aggression, right? Let's just channel that into avenues that won't get you interviews with the Secret Service, Greg. Appreciate it. No, Des, thank you so much. I mean, just fucking come on. Every single time. You're so fucking fantastic. You really are. I appreciate you. I can't say I appreciate you enough. I'm running out of words. Peter! Pete is back in the house. What's going on, Peter? Good to see you, my man. Hope you're well. Great way to round out the super chats and the super stickers. I really do appreciate all you guys. As I say, please stay involved. Try to keep as many people in your life that you're surrounded by as informed as you are. Right? It may not get through the first time or the second time. Right? They may not even show that it gets through at the time, but maybe they'll go home, and you never know what they look up when they go home. Right? You could tell them something about tariffs. You could tell them something about Pete Hegseth's league. You could tell them something about, they're aligning with Russia and demeaning Ukraine. A lot of these things could help. They go home and say, "Wow, did he really do all these things?" I haven't heard that because I haven't watched much of the news. And they go home and they're like, "Holy shit, he did!" Right? So I'll let you guys go. I really appreciate you guys being here. Like I said, check out my interview with Bob Seska. I appreciate Bob and his time. Thank you so much. I will see you guys Sunday. I do have to, maybe I'll tell you guys on the next show. Oh, for the Patreon Zooms. Let me see. Do I have it here? Do I have it here? Let me see if I'm professional enough to have it. Is this what? Oh yeah, here it is. So it's supposed to be the VIP Zoom tomorrow on the 24th, right? I'm an idiot, and that's my brother's birthday. So we're going to have to, let's move that to Friday, right? We'll do that the 25th. Because once again, I'm an idiot, and for some reason I booked a Zoom on my brother's birthday, and that makes absolutely no sense. I understand, but somehow it happened. So if you guys could bear with me, and we'll do the VIP, which means if you sign up at patreon.com/Boston Brian, please go check that out. I very much implore you to do so. It helps the channel so much. That becoming a channel member right underneath me, I guess it's $2.99, right? Fucking even the tariffs are hitting the memberships here on YouTube. It's now $2.99 a month. But anybody that can, and has the financial wherewithal to contribute in any way you can, whether it be super chat, super sticker, Venmo up in the corner, Patreon, having a membership, that all helps us. Really, really like more than you could understand. And in the coming weeks, there are going to be probably a few shows that I'm going to miss. I'll have more to announce as it gets closer. But yeah, some exciting news to come in a few directions. So we're gonna be going places, and hopefully we're gonna be working with some serious hardware. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm going to say. So I'll let you guys go. I appreciate you guys. Until next time, keep fighting, keep being aggressive, keep your head on a swivel when you're out there, keep protesting, stay loud, fight, fight, fight. You know what I mean? I'll steal Donald Trump shit, right? He's not going to take everything. They're not going to take the flag. They're not going to take the word freedom. They're not going to fucking hijack the word fight, right? But get out there. Stay loud. Stay proud. The facts are on your side. I will see you guys Sunday. Bring your friends. Bring your family. Share the show out. I appreciate you. I'm Boston Brian. This is Blunt Politics, and this is definitely not going to work, and I'm probably going to have to shut this down. I'm probably going to have to shut this down. Let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. I'll put it in here. I'll set it as the outro. Let's see if we can do this. And